It's been 3 days now. Still haven't heard a word from you. You know, I really don't have a whole lot to do in my life other than take care of animals and make these videos until I can get some answers from you, or at least get the respect enough of a sit-down meeting to discuss 6 very important issues that 68 million people would like to know the answers to. You know, there's 399 days before the election, and I can do this for 399 more days. And we're going to see if everybody can keep up with the videos, and if they get bored with them by the time we're done with them. But I'm prepared to stand here for 399 more days and do this if I have to. We'd just like to know the answers, me and RJ here, to 6 very important questions that we'd like to get your opinion on. Here in America, we have a war in the animal world and the animal rights people in order to take our rights away. And 62.8 million people here in America own pets, and we'd like to know your comments and your concerns about a few issues. Question number 1. How do you feel about 501c3 organizations here in America that are scamming the public for hundreds of millions of dollars to take care of animals, and none of it goes to the animals? 90% of it goes to lobbyists to pass laws to further their agenda. 2, it seems like terrorist is the #1 topic anytime you turn the news on anymore. Are you aware that our own government, the United States Department of Agriculture, declared PETA a #1 domestic terrorist in the United States on November the 30th, 2009, and they're still a nonprofit tax organization here in America? How can you be a terrorist and get a tax break from your own country right here in America? 3, we'd like to know your opinion on how you feel on online bullying, not only of children, but adults, in the name of free speech, in order to bash somebody and ruin their reputation and their good name, only to make money for yourself and get away with it under the Declaration of Free Speech. 4, we'd like to know, how come us Americans that own our own property, own our own houses, and pay taxes on them do not have the right to have our own pets that we choose to have on our property or in our homes? Number 5, do you not think that we Americans have the right to assume the risk of our profession, no different than a cop, a firefighter, an oil rig worker, or anyone else that has the assumption of the risk of their professions? It is our right. And please, if you become president, give us back our right. And number 6, one of the most important, and this kind of touched on your speech at the Oklahoma State Fair about things being made in other countries and taxing them when they come into America. Do you not believe that it should be a right that any product made from the rainforest or an animal's habitat somewhere in the world should be taxed in order to be sold in America, and that tax money go back to helping rebuild the habitat and the rainforest so some of these animals don't become extinct in the futures to come? I'm Joe Exotic, and along with 62.8 million other people, we'd like to know if you have any answers for any of this. And you wouldn't believe the support you would get. But this war on American citizens and their animals has got to come to a stop. Well, now, you know, that wasn't too hard. Just to sit down and answer 6 very easy questions like that. You know, you as a respectable businessman, you don't want this country run by a bunch of animal rights people such as PETA that spent several $millions to throw a gala so a whole bunch of vegans that need a facelift and a little bit of hairdo going on, along with some sun on that pale skin from not eating any protein, running this country, do you? We need your voice, Mr. Trump, and we'd like to have the respect to just have 15 minutes of your time to sit down and discuss these very 6 important issues.